In today's video, I'm going to give you a lot of information about vitamin D. 10 signs that you have vitamin D deficiency, special doses, special interactions with the medications, what actually vitamin D is, and a lot more in today's video. What vitamin D and why does your body need it? Vitamin D is a fat-soluble nutrient that also behaves like a hormone inside the body. And your skin can produce vitamin D when it's exposed to the ultraviolet B radiation from the sunlight. You can also obtain vitamin D from certain foods and dietary supplements. One its most important function is help the body absorb calcium for the digestive system. Calcium and vitamin D work together to maintain strong bones and reduce the risk of bones becoming thin, weak, and more likely to fracture. Vitamin D also supports normal muscle function, and your nerves need it to carry messages between the brain and the body. And your immune system also uses vitamin D as a part of its normal function. However, vitamin D alone is not cure for every disease, and some observational studies have linked low vitamin D levels with many health conditions, but an association does not automatically prove that taking supplements will prevent those other conditions. My name is Mario. I'm a European medical expert. For the last 26 years, I'm working with the patient all around the world, and my core specialty, of course, is going to be classical modern medicine combined with best natural remedies in nutrition. This is my new channel, MarioLab Natural Remedies channel, that is going to be only focused on natural remedies, medicinal herbs, minerals, and vitamins. And if you want to learn a lot more about those kind of stuff, subscribe to my channel. Regularly, you will see a new video about this topic. 10 warning signs of vitamin D deficiency. Warning signs number 1 is persistent fatigue. Low vitamin D may contribute to tiredness in some people, but fatigue is not specific to vitamin D deficiency. Anemia, thyroid problems, sleep disorders, infections, depression, medication effects, and many other conditions can produce the same symptom. Warning sign number 2 is going to be muscle weakness. Vitamin D contributes to normal muscle functions. When levels are very low, some people notice difficulty climbing the stairs, rising from the chair, carrying groceries, or completing ordinary activities. Warning sign number 3 is going to be bone pain. Vitamin D deficiency can interfere with normal bone mineralization, and some people experience aching tenderness, especially in the back, hips, pelvis, legs, or ribs. Signs number 4 is going to be frequent falls. Older adults with poor muscle strength, balance problems, and low vitamin D status may have greater risk of falling. However, vitamin D supplements should not be treated as a complete fall preventional program. Signs number 5 that I see regularly for the last 26 years working with the patient is going to be slow recovery. If you have any kind of injuries in your body and you have vitamin D deficiency, your injury will be slowing a lot. Your injuries will be better a lot slower than if you have already good quality vitamin D in your body. So slow recovery is connected and scientifically proven with vitamin D deficiency. Signs number 6 is going to be low mood. Low vitamin D levels are sometimes associated with depression and reduced well-being. However, depression is complex and should never be treated with vitamin D alone without appropriate professional care. Warning number 7 is going to be back pain. Persistent back pain can have many causes, including muscle strain, disc problem, arthritis, osteoporosis, kidney disease, or poor posture. And vitamin D deficiency may contribute to the bone muscle discomfort in some people. And one of my core specialties is, of course, physical therapy and rehabilitation. And what I see clearly is going to be when you have knee arthritis, hip arthritis, spine kind of problems. If you have already vitamin D deficiency, everything is going to be a lot worse. Warning sign number 8 is going to be bone loss or fracture. Long-term severe difficulty can contribute to soft or weak bones. In adults, severe deficiency may cause osteomalacia, and together with the risk of factors in the adequate vitamin D can also contribute to osteoporosis and the fractures. Warning sign number 9 is going to be muscle cramps or aching. Low vitamin D is one possible contributor to muscle discomfort, magnesium deficiency, dehydration, nerve disorder, Poor circulation and medication can cause similar symptoms. Warning sign number 10 are low laboratory results. And many people with inadequate vitamin D have no clear symptoms. For that reason, a blood test is often the only reliable way to confirm whether a true deficiency exists. This is something I always recommend in my MarioLab protocols when I heal my patients and help them. Always check first in your blood tests, do you have vitamin D or any kind of vitamins on mineral deficiency, and this is going to be starting point. Do not take any kind of supplementation before you know all this. Who is at most risk and where can you get vitamin D? Some people have greater risk of low vitamin D than others. Other adults are increased risk because aging skin produce vitamin D less efficiently. And people who rarely go outdoor may also have low levels. This include people who work indoors, cover most of their skin, live in the long-term care facilities, or avoid sunlight completely. People with darker skin have more melanin, which reduce the skin ability to produce vitamin D from the sun. Individuals with obesity may require individual assessment because vitamin D can be distributed into the body fat. People with conditions that produce fat absorption may also become deficient. The conditions can include celiac disease, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, cystic fibrosis, and certain liver disorders. People who have undergone with some form of bariatric surgery may also have difficulty maintaining adequate vitamin D. Kidney and liver disorders can interfere with conversion of vitamin D into forms the body can use, and certain medication can also affect vitamin D metabolism. Very few foods naturally contain large amount of vitamin D, and some of the best natural sources include fatty fish such as salmon, trout, tuna, or mackerel. Smaller amounts are found in egg yolks, liver, and certain mushrooms exposed to ultraviolet light. In the United States, fortified milk, some plant-based beverages, breakfast cereals, and other fortified production provide a significant amount of vitamin D. But of course, the most important part is going to be sunlight. My recommendation for everyone who listens to me and my patients, go outside 30 minutes, 45 minutes each day when you see the sun is up. Do not go in the high noon, maybe sun, but later afternoon, maybe before noon, everything is going to be perfect. Just take those sunlight directly on your skin and you will have adequate vitamin D just maybe 20-25 minutes. Benefits, limitation, and common mistakes. The most established benefits of adequate vitamin D is maintaining healthy bones. And vitamin D helps the body absorb calcium and support normal bone mineralization. It also contributes to normal muscle and the nerve functions. And correcting the true deficiency can be extremely important, particularly in older adults and people at the risk of osteoporosis and osteomalacia. However, one of the biggest mistakes is assuming that a high dose will automatically improve energy, immunity, mood, weight, heart health, or every chronic condition. The results of supplementation depend heavily on whether a person was deficient in the first place. Another mistake is taking large weekly or monthly doses without understanding the total amount being consumed. And some products contain several thousands international units in one capsules. This may be appropriate for specific patients under professional supervision, but it's not automatically stable for everyone. And third mistake is going to be taking vitamin D, but ignoring calcium intake, magnesium status, protein intake, resistant exercise, smoking, alcohol consumptions, and other factors that influence bone health. Fourth mistake is believing that vitamin K2 must always be combined with every dose of vitamin D. And vitamin K is important for normal blood clotting and the bone metabolism, but there is no universal rule that every healthy person taking vitamin D requires a separate vitamin K2 supplement. This is unbelievably important. And for the last part of the video, I'm going to give you a couple information about side effects of high doses of vitamin D and what type of vitamin D you really should purchase and use it regularly if you don't expose yourself directly to the sunlight each day. Vitamin D for normal food intake and sensible supplementation is generally safe for the most adults. Problems occur when you very high supplement doses have each day. And because vitamin D is fat soluble, excessive amount can accumulate in the body. And vitamin D toxicity can cause abnormality high calcium levels. Symptoms may include nausea, vomiting, loss of appetite, constipation, excessive thirst, frequent urination, confusion, muscle weakness, dehydration, kidney stones, abnormal heart rhythm, and kidney damage. And vitamin D can interact with certain medications. And this is so unbelievably important because a lot of you, especially after 50, you use chemical medication daily. That's why you need good quality professional medical health that really can help you what type of vitamin D you really need to use. This is especially important for everyone who use vitamin D blindly in those high doses supplementations. You can be a very high risk. How to take vitamin D form, dose and practical recommendations. Vitamin D supplements are most commonly available in soft gel capsules, tablets, chewable tablets, gummies, liquid drops, sprays, and occasionally powders. And vitamin D is not normally prepared as a tea because it is fat-soluble vitamin rather than a medicinal herb. The two main supplemental forms are vitamin D2, called ecocalciferol, and vitamin D3 called calciferol. Both forms can increase blood vitamin D levels. Vitamin D3 often raises and maintains level more efficiently than vitamin D2, although either form may be used depending on the products and medicinal recommendation. For most adults aged 19 to 70, recommended daily dose is going to be minimum 600 to 800 milligrams international units daily. And this is totally individual. Some people maybe need older adults, maybe you will need 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, maybe 10,000 international units daily. That depends on your daily requirements, and that's why you will need medical and professional help, because good quality medical professional help really can help you. So the dose vary from maybe 800 to 1,000 milligrams to maybe 10,000 milligrams international units daily and more. Do not take 10,000, 20,000 or 50,000 international units repeatedly unless it has been specifically prescribed and monitored. When choosing product, check whether the label lists vitamin D in micrograms international units or both. 1 microgram of vitamin D equals 40 international units. Vitamin D is fat soluble, so it's generally best absorbed when taken with meal containing some dietary fat. This could be something important you can use for the breakfast or lunch, containing with eggs, yogurt, avocado, nuts, olive oil, fish, or another healthy source of fat. The time of the day is less important than consistent use. Choose a time that helps you remember the supplement and take accordingly to the label or professional recommendation. Do not confuse. One of the most common mistakes, of course, is going to be use poor quality supplements. You must completely avoid. But my recommendation is always going to be go outside. Every day you have the sun outside, go put the sunlight directly on your skin, and everything is going to be perfect. My dear viewers, this is my new channel, MarioLab Natural Remedies. I already make more than 10,000 videos on my other channel, but this channel is going to be specifically focused only on natural remedies, minerals and vitamins. And if you see some kind of importance and you want to see my new information each day, subscribe to my channel. See you next time.